The female hero is drinking at a bar and thinks to herself that she really wants to be attacked by someone intimately. She wants to do it with some orcs that are attacking the town and imagines getting attacked by them. In her imagination, she says that they cannot attack her because even though she is a hero, she will give birth to half-orc babies which she secretly enjoys, and while drinking, she makes a weird face. Suddenly, a villager calls out for the hero and says that there is an orc in town, and the female hero gets excited and says that she will go there immediately. When she arrives there, she sees that the orc is still a little kid and is crying. The female hero was waiting to meet an orc and ran to the location as fast as possible, but is now disappointed. She asks the little orc what happened and where his parents are. The little orc notices the female hero's melons and gets embarrassed and blushes. The female hero thinks to herself that she will use the little orc kid to meet some strong orcs, and the little orc says that his mom is not with him. The villagers around them see the female hero and the little orc and think that it is a weird pairing. Even though the female hero's plans were different, the villagers around them thought something completely different. The female hero sighs and thinks to herself that she really wants to be attacked by someone intimately. She is helping the little orc to his home and holding his hands and wonders that if she helps the lost little orc to home, would they attack her as thanks for helping the little orc? In her mind, she thinks that they could misunderstand it and they would ask why she took an orc child from their home and would attack her while she says that it was a misunderstanding and do something like that. The little orc calls for the hero and says that there are a lot of evil plants in the forest and tells her to be careful, but she gets excited at that instead and thinking that she will be attacked by the plants instead. After a while, the evil plants come, but instead of attacking the female hero, they attack the little orc and touch him weirdly and make some weird noise which makes the female hero angry. She saves the little orc and cuts the plants into pieces, and the little orc thanks her for saving him. She wonders why the evil plants attack the little orc instead of her, and she asks if the little orc is injured and gets closer to him. The little orc gets embarrassed because his face is in her melons, and the female hero says that he looks fine. The little orc blushes, which the female hero notices and asks what is wrong, and the little orc says that nothing is wrong. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the animals around them thought something completely different. The female hero sighs and thinks to herself that she really wants to be attacked by someone intimately. She is helping the little orc to his home and thinks to herself that today, her wish will come true when they arrive at the orc's village. She is sure that the excited orcs will fight each other over who will have fun with her first. They arrive at the orc village and 2 orcs are guarding the entrance of it. The female hero says hello, and the orcs ask who she is. The female hero gets excited because the orcs look very strong and is sure that they will attack her right there like in those weird books and gets very excited. Instead, they treat her very well and prepare a feast for her because she saved the little orc and brought him home to his mom. The little orc's mom says thanks to the female hero for saving him, and she thinks to herself that the orcs are good guys. The orcs even give her their best room and tell her to have a good sleep tonight, and she wonders what he means by the best room and why the orc is so polite but thanks him anyways. The orcs are gentle men and have proper standards. She becomes disappointed and goes to her bed after eating, and she even bought some nice undergarments just in case. Someone knocks on her door, and the female hero gets excited and wonders if they will attack her on the bed, and in her mind, the orc says that she let her guard down and starts attacking her while she says that they are playing unfairly because they are orcs, and gets very excited. She tells them to come in, and it is just the little orc that she saved. The little orc asks if he can sleep with her, and the female hero thinks to herself that she did not really expect anything to happen here anyways because the orcs are too nice. She invites the little orc to her bed while still wearing the nice undergarments, and the little orc notices her melons and gets embarrassed and blushes. He changes his mind and she asks what he means by that. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the orcs that heard them from the outside thought something completely different. The female hero and the little orc are outside in battle against some monsters. The female hero says that they are very tough while wearing some revealing armor, and the little orc is a little hurt. The female hero takes out a potion from her bag and is surprised that they only have 1 bottle of healing potion left. She says that it cannot be helped and drinks some of the healing potion herself and gives the little orc the other half of the potion. The little orc blushes and is embarrassed and tells her that he is okay and does not need the potion. The female hero tells him that he has to drink it because he is injured. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the monsters around them thought something completely different. The female hero is trying to find a book that she brought with her to the forest while adventuring with the little orc, but cannot find it and notices that it is gone. She thinks to herself that she tried to hide it properly from the little orc, and the little orc comes up to her. He asks if the hero is trying to find something, and she notices the book right behind him. The female hero tells the little orc not to look behind him, but he turns around anyway and wonders what is behind him. The little orc sees the female hero jump at the book and quickly tries to hide it from him. The female hero asks if the little orc saw it, and he blushes and says that he did not see it after a long time. She knows that he saw it though and covers his eyes and hugs the little orc and says that by the count of 3, he will forget everything he just saw. The little orc gets embarrassed and the female hero starts counting down from 3. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the forest trees around them thought something completely different. The female hero is eating some meat and thinks to herself that she really wants to be attacked by someone intimately. She went through all the trouble to go to the orc's village when she took the little orc to meet his mom, but all the orcs turned out to be good guys. The orc that let the female hero stay at the hotel gives her some bread to eat, and the female hero says that she has never eaten bread that was this good anywhere else. The orc asks the hero if she is planning on going and defeating the Devil King, and she wonders what he means. In her mind, she thinks that if it is the Devil King, she is sure that he would attack her, and the Devil King says that her journey ends here and laughs evilly. This makes the female hero very excited, and the little orc asks the female hero if he can go with her. The female hero says that if she wants someone to join her party, she would prefer the strong orc like the orc at the hotel, which makes the orc blush. The little orc says that he wants to be together with her and stay by her side, which makes the female hero blush, and she covers her mouth with her scarf, and she quietly says thank you to him. The little orc asks what happened to her, and she says that in all her 27 years of her life, this is the first time someone has said that to her, that they want to be by her side, which is why she was embarrassed and covered her face fully. The bar is so low that it is on the ground. She puts her hand out and hugs the little orc tightly, and her melons cover his face. She agrees and says that they can go together. The little orc becomes embarrassed and blushes, and says that he wants to push her away but must not touch her melons. The female hero says that they should aim for the Devil King's castle, and they should do their best. Some people are looking at the female hero and the little orc talking with each other through a crystal ball. They are wearing hoods and look like magicians. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the Devil King's army thought something completely different. The female hero is drinking at a bar and thinks to herself that she really wants to be attacked by someone intimately. She wonders that if a strong orc would appear, would it attack her, and in her mind, the orc says that it is different from those other nice orcs who did not attack her. The female hero just keeps drinking, and the little orc says that she is drinking too much. She says that she has to drink because no one wants to be with her and slams her glass on the desk. She pats the little orc's head and wishes that the little orc was stronger and bigger, but he is still just a kid. The little orc says that she smells too much of alcohol and drank too much. Some adventurer around them is talking to their friend and asks what he thinks about the female hero. They come up to the female hero, and one of them, the blonde one, asks if she wants to drink with them. The dark-haired one says that it will be a lot of fun to drink with them, and the little orc figures out that they are pickup artists who provide nothing good for society. The female hero has higher standards though, and does not need weak people who only look for women and would rather be attacked by orcs. She tells them that if they pay for her drink, she can drink with them for a bit, and shows off her melons, and the adventurers and the female hero cheer their drinks together and drink, but the little orc tries to stop her. The little orc says that she is drinking too much and is too drunk, so they should go home now and grab her hand. The blonde-haired adventurer tells the little orc that the female hero said that she wanted to have some fun, so it is fine, but the little orc says that it is not fine. The blonde-haired adventurer tells him that if he wants to go home, then he should go alone and leave the female hero with them. The little orc says he is taking her with him, and the female hero is all drunk and sees someone green in front of her. She thinks that it is a strong orc that came for her, and she says sorry to the adventurers. She tells them that she wants to be with the little orc tonight and hugs the little orc tightly, which makes him embarrassed, and he blushes. The little orc tells her that they are going home, and the female hero asks if they are not going to do it outside or in the bar, and the little orc asks what she means by doing her. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the people in the bar thought something completely different. The female hero is in a train with the little orc and complains that it is too crowded, which is annoying for her. She says that the air is so thick because of the huge crowd, and it is very tiring to be standing the whole time until they reach their destination and cannot find anything good about trains. The little orc is behind the female hero, who is squished against the wall, and he asks if there is no other way to get to the neighboring town other than taking the train, and the female hero says that there is not. She asks if it is annoying that it is so tightly packed in the train, and the little orc notices her melons pressed against the wall, which makes him embarrassed and blushes. The female hero asks what happened, and the little orc says that it is nothing. After a while, the people in the train move around, which pushes the little orc around as well because he is so small and gets hurt. The female hero notices this and says that it is enough and grabs the little orc and puts him between her and the wall and says that it is dangerous. The female hero pushes her melons on top of the little orc, and he gets embarrassed and blushes and cannot breathe. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the train thought something completely different. When the train was crowded, the little orc was touched weirdly by someone and got embarrassed, and the female hero asked what happened. He tries to explain, and the female hero grabs the person's hand and asks what he is doing to her orc and pats the little orc's head. The homunculus is a doll created to help the Devil King. Anything he wants, the homunculus will turn into that. The Devil King is reading some book and says that these stories are the best, and he loves them a lot while looking through the crystal ball above the female hero and the little orc. The homunculus turns into what the Devil King likes and holds a child orc doll. The Devil King is surprised and asks what the homunculus is doing. The homunculus says that the Devil King likes these kinds of stories, so she is doing what he likes, and the Devil King wonders what she is really doing. He says that even if she follows those stories, she is still a child, and even if he bends down, she is still smaller than her. She asks the Devil King that if she turns into an older woman, will he love her the most, and the Devil King pats her on the head and says that she does not have to turn into an older woman for him to love her the most and loves her the way she is right now. The homunculus blushes and gives him the child orc doll, which confuses the Devil King. She turns around and leaves the room, and the Devil King asks what she means by this and if she is confused about something. He wonders if the homunculus is thinking about something else. Even though the Devil King's thoughts were different, the Devil King's minions thought something completely different. The female hero and the little orc go to the beach, and the female hero says that the ocean is the best. She is wearing a swimsuit and talks about the blue sky and the white sandy beach. She looks at a rock on the side and says that it is the perfect size for doing certain things, and the little orc says that she has been reading too many weird books, and no normal person would think of that when they see a rock. She asks about what he just said and why he knows about the stuff and the weird books she reads, and the little orc tries to deny it and says that he was just curious and gets embarrassed. The female hero bends over and says that she will take the bad little orc to the rock and punish him for reading books like that. The little orc gets embarrassed and says that she is misunderstanding something, and the female hero says that he cannot run away. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the seashells at the beach thought something completely different. The female hero is at a hot spring and thinks to herself that she really wants to be attacked by someone intimately. She thinks to herself that in the inn she is currently in, they switch from the female hot spring bath to the male hot spring bath around this time. In her mind, she hopes that a group of strong orcs would make a mistake at this time, and the orc says that it is perfect timing and attacks the female hero, while she says that they cannot do something like that. She hears someone entering the hot spring bath and thinks that she was right and gets excited at the orcs coming and drops her towel. She then notices that it is just the little orc that entered the hot spring bath, and he apologizes to her, but also thanks her. The female hero wonders if the little orc is apologizing to her or thanking her, and tells him that it is fine. She tells him that he does not need to apologize because he is still just a kid, and tells him to come into the hot spring bath with her, and the little orc says that it is not fine at all and gets embarrassed. The female hero comes out of the hot spring bath and says that the little orc is not a full adult yet, so he does not have to hide his thing, and tries to remove the towel covering him. He tells the hero that she should be more modest, and she says that she wonders how big he is. She lifts the towel to see it, and later, they both get into the hot spring bath, and the little orc is embarrassed that she saw it. The female hero says that she is sorry for doing that and tells him not to be too sad and pinches his cheeks. She tells him that as an apology, she will wash his body for him everywhere, which makes him even more embarrassed. He tells her that she only said that to tease him, and she says that she is serious, and he says that that is even worse. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the group of orcs waiting outside the hot spring bath thought something completely different. The female hero is shocked because she cannot find her undergarments anywhere. She tries to think of an excuse and wonders if she should tell the little orc the truth that while they were in the hot spring, her undergarments disappeared. She tries to search for it on the shelves and wonders where it might be, but decides that with the robe on, she is sure no one can see it, so it should be fine. She meets up with the little orc and wears the robe, which makes the little orc embarrassed. The little orc tells the hero that she looks cute in the robe, and the hero asks where he learned to compliment a lady like an adult and teases him. The little orc thinks to himself that that is how he really felt, but could not say that here. They walk around a little and notice a spring with a sign. The sign says that it is the spring of life water, which recovers physical strength and allows anyone to go into the water. The female hero pulls her robe up a little and goes into the spring and says that it feels even better after the hot spring bath because it is so cold, and the little orc is surprised at how fast she went in the spring. The little orc says that the water is so beautifully crystal clear and the water surface reflects the surroundings very clearly. The female hero pulls up her robe and says that it looks just like a mirror, but gets shocked because she forgot she is not wearing any undergarments. The little orc gets embarrassed because he saw it, and she asks if he did see it. The little orc asks what she is talking about and tells her that they should go back to the inn quickly, and the female hero asks if he really saw it. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the spring of life water thought something completely different. One day, a kid was walking around in the forest when suddenly a pair of undergarments fell on top of his face from the sky. He removes the undergarments and notices that it is see-through and wonders who would wear undergarments like this. He hears someone say something and notices the female hero hiding behind a tree. She asks if the kid has seen a piece of clothing around here, and he remembers that she is the weird older woman. He gets embarrassed and figures out that the undergarments is hers and asks if she meant the clothing that landed on him and gives it to her. The female hero says that while she was taking a bath, the wind carried the undergarments away. The kid thinks a little and notices that she is wearing clothes without her undergarments, and the female hero notices him looking at her. She tells him that as a reward, she will give him 10% of it while holding her undergarments. The kid is surprised at what she said, and the female hero says that she was just joking and not to get so embarrassed. She thanks him for finding her undergarments for her when suddenly, a strong wind comes and moves her clothes in front of the kid. The both of them get embarrassed, and the female hero asks if the kid saw it. The kid does not say anything for a while but says that he did not see it, but the female hero knows that he is lying and says that kids all lie the same way. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the flowing wind thought something completely different. The female hero is watching a show about ghosts and says that it is so scary and is holding a pillow while watching. She thought that if she tried to think about weird stuff, it would calm her mind, but it does not work, and the scary show is too much for her delusion powers. She looks beside her and notices the little orc, who looks very scared from watching the scary show with her. She asks if the orc is okay, which scares him, and he says that he is okay, but does not look fine at all. The female hero tells him that he does not have to keep watching, and the little orc says that until now she was really scared as well. She says that if she sees someone who is more scared than her, she always calms down, so she is okay now, and the little orc thinks that she is too cruel. The female hero asks the little orc if he wants to hold her hand while watching, and he tells her not to treat him like a little kid. She looks over and says that she sees a human shadow over there and tries to scare the little orc, and it works. He tells her to stop and hides under the blanket. The female hero laughs and says that she is sorry and that she was just joking, and as an apology, he can sleep with her tonight, and lays down beside the little orc. The female hero's melons are against his face, and the little orc says that it is squishy and gets embarrassed. He says that it is okay, and the female hero says that he does not have to pretend to be tough, and the little orc says that it was not his plan. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the ghosts in the corner of the room thought something completely different. At night, while they were sleeping, the little orc could not sleep at all because the female hero was right behind him. The little orc can feel her breath on his back and that she smells good and could not sleep. A doll was created for the Devil King, and someone says that their purpose is to serve the Devil King. The doll is sitting on a magic circle without any clothes on and has elf ears. The Devil King asks his servant that she looks too young, and his servant says that he was the one who asked for a young woman. The Devil King says he did and sits down on his knees and says that the doll is too young. The doll gets scared and the Devil King just stares at her. The Devil King's servant says that she cannot talk and asks if that is Ok, but she is probably smarter and can move better than the average homunculi. The doll wonders if she is the result of a failed experiment and if they will throw her away. The Devil King starts to smoke in front of her and the doll gets scared and closes her eyes. The Devil King asks her if she does not like the smell of smokes either, and he puts it near her face. The doll gets scared again and the Devil King asks if he should quit smoking and takes the smoke out. The doll is surprised and the Devil King's servant says that it is a good idea and they should ban smoking in the whole castle. The Devil King says that they should at least leave one room open for smoking and tells the doll that it is fine and that she does not have to try moving if they cannot. He then says that they should get some clothes for her to wear and the doll hugs the Devil King and calls him Papa while smiling happily. The Devil King is shocked and asks what she means by Papa and the doll just hugs him tightly. The Devil King's servant calls the King of Mankind and says that there is a lolicon in the Demon King's castle and to send the hero there immediately. The Devil King says to his servant that it was her who created the doll in the first place. The doll, who is a homunculus, keeps calling the Devil King her Papa and hugging him. The Devil King says that he is not her Papa and asks how many times he already told her that. The Devil King's servant asks him if he gave up on getting married, and he says that he did not give up, but who would he even marry because he is the Devil King and does not know where to even look for a bride. The homunculus hears this and tells the Devil King that she will marry him, and the Devil King's servant tells her that someone who calls the Devil King Papa cannot marry him. The Devil King is surprised that the servant is fine with that, and the homunculus says that she will call the Devil King His Highness instead and then marry him while smiling happily. The doll says that if she does not call him Papa, then it should be fine, and the servant says that he looks even more like a lolicon now and stares at him weirdly. The servant says that the Devil King turned from a family member of the doll into an ordinary middle-aged man, and the doll hugs the Devil King again. The Devil King tells his servant that this is his fault because she created her. The female hero is drinking at a bar again and thinks to herself that she really wants to be attacked by someone intimately. In her mind, she says that she wants a strong, high-level third evolution monster to appear and attack the place, and the monster attacks the hero and says to her that she was not prepared for this. Someone in the bar says congratulations to someone and that it is lovely that their first love was mutual and have gotten engaged. The female hero gets jealous and says that hearing them talk caused her emotional damage. The little orc asks the female hero what happened, and she says that the difference between her status and the couple's status is making her jealous. The female hero then asks the little orc about his first love, which makes him embarrassed, and he asks what she is talking about so suddenly. The female hero says that she heard that the couple behind them were their first love for each other and are going to get married, so she thought that the little orc would still remember his first love clearly and was just curious. The female hero says that her first love was too long ago, and the little orc tells her not to laugh at someone else's first love. She asks the little orc if he told his first love that he likes her, and if he got rejected, and he gets embarrassed. The little orc says that he has not told her yet and was not dumped either. The female hero becomes interested and asks what kind of girl she is and how old she is, and if she is an orc, and the little orc is a bit annoyed that she keeps asking him about it. The little orc tells her that his first love is older than him, looks reliable but sometimes is a bit stupid, and he cannot take his eyes off of her, and that she is kind and so is her face. The female hero tells him that the person does not sound like someone you would want to be with, so he should stop thinking about her because she is probably not a good person, but she is so dense that she could create a black hole and does not know that he is talking about her. The little orc is surprised that the female hero considers his first love bad, and he says that since he loves her, it should be fine. The female hero tells him that it would be better to give up before he regrets it. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the couple behind them thought something completely different. The Devil King says that he wants to quit being the Devil King. Even though he got the throne of the Devil King, he does not have any political power, and the places are ruled by self-governing councils. There was an argument before about the slimes in the neighboring village that never follow the law about garbage collection day and get angry at the Devil King and tell him to do something about it, but he does not know what to do. The Devil King sighs and the doll comes up behind him and asks if he is okay and if he wants to touch her melons. The Devil King is surprised at what she said and asks where she learned to say that, and the doll said that the court black mage taught her that. The Devil King says that the court black mage is a bad influence, and then she asks if he wants a lap pillow instead and sits on the floor. The Devil King asks her again who taught her that, and the doll says that she thought of it herself because she was thinking about how to heal him. She looks at him and asks if she cannot do that and looks like she is going to cry. The Devil King wonders why she is making his heart race, even though she is just a kid, and tells her that since she thought of it for him, he can give it a try, and the doll becomes very happy. He lays down on her lap and the doll pats him on the head. The Devil King wonders why it feels better than he thought, and that the doll has some amazing healing powers. Suddenly, he feels something soft on his face and wonders what they are and thinks they are melons, but it was just the doll holding some small, soft balls. She says that she is using them to heal him, and the Devil King wonders how crazy he is. She asks if he is feeling energetic now, and he says that he is. The Devil King says that he is feeling so energetic that he could burst, and the Devil King's servant calls the King of Mankind again and says that there is a lolicon in the Demon King's castle. After that, the Devil King had to explain a lot of things to the servant. At the Devil King's castle, the Devil King tells his servant Dark to take the official documents to the King of Mankind and tells the other minion Kuro to take the other documents to the Goblin Village. The Devil King looks at the homunculus and says that it has been a week since she was created in the castle, and she is just standing beside him while holding a doll. He has no idea how to relate to her because he is a single, childless, 36-year-old man. He says that this is not good while holding a baby toy because even though it is correct to say that she is a newborn, she is not a baby, and the homunculus grabs his shirt. The Devil King looks at her and she asks what she is, which surprises him. He asks her what she is asking and she points to his servant and calls her Dark, and points to the minion and calls him Kuro, and then points to herself but does not say her name. The Devil King says that he did not think of a name yet for her, and she gets a bit excited. He says that since she is a homunculus, he will call her Home, and Dark says that he is not very creative in thinking of names. Home gets very excited and happy and waves her arm around and says Homu over and over. She goes over to Dark and says that her name is Homa, and then does the same to Kuro. Home goes to the Devil King and hugs him and calls him Papa and says that she is glad he named her Homu. The Devil King says that he is not her papa but is glad that Homu is happy, and she hugs him rightly. Dark calls the King of Mankind again and says that there is a lolicon in the Demon King's castle, and the Devil King shouts at her and says that he did not do anything weird, so why is she reporting him, and Dark says that it was just out of habit and apologizes. The female hero is drinking at a bar again and thinks to herself that she really wants to be attacked by someone intimately. How many times can she drink? In her mind, she says that it would be nice if a really strong orc would attack the place and attack her. The little orc calls the female hero and says that he feels kind of warm and fuzzy, and she notices that the little orc is drunk. She asks what he is drinking, and the little orc says that it is a mug of water, and she says that it is alcohol. She says that he is totally drunk, and the little orc says that for some reason this is so fun. He asks the female hero if she likes orcs while still drinking, and she says that rather than saying that she likes orcs, she would like a big and strong partner, and tries to explain, but the little orc gets closer to her and kisses her on the lips. He says that he is an orc too, and that if she gets careless he will do something, but before he can say anything else, he falls asleep because he is too tired. The female hero is surprised and notices that he just fell asleep, and the little orc calls for the hero in his sleep. The female hero pokes him on the cheeks and says that it is too soon for the little orc to be drinking alcohol and kissing, and asks the shopkeeper for the bill. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the building on both sides of the bar thought something completely different. The female hero thinks to herself that she really wants to be attacked by someone intimately. She cannot do or say anything weird in front of kids or the little orc, and in her mind, she is being attacked by a strong orc. She thinks that as long as it is in her mind, she can think about anything, so it is fine. The female hero notices that the little orc is trying to open something and trying really hard, and she asks what happened. The little orc says that the cork will not come out of the bottom, and she asks him to give it to her for a second. The female hero tries to open the cork on the bottle, and she says that he is right, and that it will not move even a little bit. She gets a good idea and puts the bottle between her legs and tries to open it like that, but says that it is too tight and still cannot move it at all. She makes some weird noises while trying to open the bottle and tries to hold the bottle between her feet and thinks it will come out then. While trying to open the bottle, she says that it is overflowing and that it is going to come out. The little orc covers his ears and is embarrassed at what the female hero is saying. She says that if it goes like this, all of it will come out before it will open. The little orc asks the female hero if she could just lead the bottle, and she asks what he means, and that it is almost opened and she can feel it. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the bottle between her feet thought something completely different. At the Devil King's castle, The Devil King is surprised that he has a marriage interview. Dark, his servant, says that it is a marriage interview and that she thought it was about time she started considering marriage too. The Devil King says that she cannot be serious and thought that she would always be here by his side. He considers them to be the aristocratic bachelors, and Dark tells him not to consider her the same as himself. The Devil King says that if she gets married, what will happen to her job, and tells her that he will let her go home early and increase her payment as well, and asks her to stay here. Dark says that it is just a marriage interview, and the Devil King says that if she goes to the marriage interview, he thought she would stay by his side and that they would be friends who are single even if they grow old. Homu, the homunculus, pats the Devil King on his back and tries to cheer him up. Dark says that rather than asking that, if there is something else that he would like to ask her, and blushes. The Devil King says that if he wants to make kids with him, and that they should make a law about child allowances for parents, which shocks Dark. She slaps him on the face and says that this is why he will forever be single, and what he said just now is considered harassment. The Devil King says that if she leaves, his army will also break apart. Dark tells the Devil King to calm down, and even if she does end up getting married, she would still continue to work for him, and the Devil King becomes happy and says that he is glad. He says that there is no one who understands him more or someone that handles the army issues better than her. He says that he could not ever find anyone good enough for these tasks other than her, and Dark starts blushing. She quietly says that she would not say that, but somehow she cannot say anything back. The Veil King asks if she said something, and Dark says that she is looking forward to the pay increase that he promised him, and the Devil King says that he will check on the performance of the army and decide the amount based on that. Homu calls the king of mankind and introduces herself to him, and says that the Devil King's castle is peaceful as always. The female hero is standing behind the little orc and notices him moving his ears and looking happy while he is holding a shirt. Finally, she is not drinking and thinking about being attacked by some orcs for once. The female hero goes up to the little orc and touches his ears and asks how he moves his ears, and the little orc gets embarrassed. He says that he does not know and that they just kind of move on their own. She keeps staring at his ears, and he says that if she keeps staring at them that much, he will get embarrassed, and she asks why. She gets closer to him and asks if he can show his big sister how his cute little thing moves, and the little orc gets embarrassed and blushes while thinking of something else. She asks if it stands up on its own, and the little orc tells her to please stop teasing him. Even though the female hero's thoughts were different, the laundry the little orc was folding thought something completely different.